they're about to flip the switch, or has this been a slow, methodical transition into a digital type of currency? In today's video, we're going to break down how BlackRock and Coinbase are taking over the system and how your banks are transitioning right before your eyes. We're in a massive liquidity crisis, and your banks are on the verge of collapse. Now, nothing to worry about. No need to go take your money out of a bank. They will get bailed in. Remember the bailing committee, and I'll break that down in just a moment. My name is Coach JV. What I work to do is make very complex macro and microeconomic strategies, very simple so the normal everyday person can implement them. We have amazing free resources for you. Number one is a free consultation with my licensed insurance team, and I teach you from my own paradigm how I protect my capital. So when the profits go up in crypto, I pull any of my profits and I max fund my index universal life policies. People call it the infinity banking concept, tax code 7702. I insure my wealth, which is extremely important for me and my family. In the description of this video, you can set up an absolutely free consultation with my licensed insurance team to have that conversation. Number two is an absolutely free 16-page guide on exactly what I talk about on the back end of every video, how my ecosystem is set up. So let's dive into today's video. We're going to watch the rest of the interview from Michael Saylor. We're just going to listen to what he says, and I'm going to show you how deeply interconnected this is, family. Now, remember, before we kick this off, BlackRock was tapped by the Federal Reserve in 2008 to balance out the markets. Remember the collapse from 2006 to 2007, the biggest financial collapse in our history, the housing collapse, which gave America a black eye financially. And then BRICS came together, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa in 2009, ironically. And then Bitcoin was created, ironically. Then Larry Fink in 2017 was telling you Bitcoin is used for money laundering. And then in 2023, he said it's a flight to safety. Interesting, right? A flight to safety. And now BlackRock, Coinbase are all interconnected. Guys, this is a slowly drawn out methodical transition to a digital type of currency. So let's kick this off. And I'd love to hear your opinion down below on what you think is happening with our current financial system.
Nuclear power. Rockefeller gave us liquid energy in the form of oil. Bitcoin is digital property. It's conveyed by digital power. Those Bitcoin miners are digital power providers, and it's the most powerful computer network in the world. So we see this as profound because there's hundreds of trillions of dollars of wealth in the analog world. And there's no doubt it's decaying. Bonds are losing value because of inflation. Real estate's losing value due to just physical decay. Stocks lose value because of competition and product cycles and acts of God. And so the people of the world, they're looking for a new idea. And Bitcoin is this idea of put your money in cyberspace where it's not going to be affected by weather and war and supply chains and all of the things that have plagued us in the 20th century.
Now, to that end, I know MicroStrategies has sort of rebranded itself. I think it's called now Bitcoin Development Company. What exactly does that mean? And are you moving completely away from the traditional business?
Now, we've got a very healthy software business, but we've now got nearly $10 billion in Bitcoin, and we've got a very large equity market cap, and we can tap the capital markets as an operating company, and we can leverage our market cap in order to issue equity, issue debt, buy back our debt. We can restructure our capital structure so that our shareholders get more Bitcoin. So just like, you want to develop New York City, you're going to borrow money and you're going to build a building. What we're doing is we're issuing securities in order to buy Bitcoin, in order to promote the Bitcoin network, lock up the Bitcoin forever, and then build the entire ecosystem.
I want you to hear the last part. Lock up the Bitcoin. Okay, remember 80% of the supply has not moved. BlackRock is one of the largest holders of MicroStrategies. Vanguard, one of the largest holders of MicroStrategies. Now, BlackRock, they are investing for their clients, right? But if you are the largest holder of a company, you don't think conversations are happening behind the scenes between Larry Fink and Michael Saylor? Absolutely they are. And now new news came out February 19th. ETH could be the next institutional darling, Bernstein says. The second largest cryptocurrency is probably the only digital asset other than Bitcoin likely to get a spot ETF approval from the SEC. So we have Bitcoin and Ethereum. Ethereum got a pass, but Ripple got attacked by the SEC, right? Bitcoin is deemed a commodity by the CFTC, right? And so we're going to continue on here. Now, Warren Buffett, this is interesting right here. And then we're going to go deeper into BlackRock and Coinbase. We know Warren Buffett, he's totally against Bitcoin, but I want to show you this too for those who, we're all going back and forth. But think about this. They get exposure, guys, through things like this. Warren Buffett's strong anti-crypto stance may change after reviewing the firm's performance in 2023. The top performing investment of 2023 for Berkshire Hathaway was Brazilian fintech New Holdings. The company owns Nubank, a new neobank that offers credit cards, banking, as well as crypto trading for users, and has 15 different tokens, as well as its own utility token called Nucoin. Warren Buffett's top investment in his portfolio was Nubank, a crypto bank that he invests in. The company went public in December 2021, but had received backing from Buffett Berkshire Hathaway during the Series G funding, which Berkshire invested $500 million in the company. Buffett later increased his stake by another $500 million and a total of $1 billion invested by 2022. You don't think that when he sees that is this top performing asset in his portfolio, and you don't think he doesn't see these moves happening with BlackRock, Coinbase, all these different things happening. So now we're starting to see this, guys. It's starting to come to fruition. February 19th, Coinbase is an unstoppable crypto giant. Coinbase continues to outperform expectations and continue as the crypto markets pick and more innovations take place on the blockchain. So basically, cryptocurrency is now becoming, number one, the favorite of Wall Street. Number two, it's outperforming everything. Now, Coinbase is kicking everybody's ass on the S&P. Bitcoin is kicking everybody's ass in performance. So these asset managers' job is to make money. Their job is to make money. They don't care about you. They don't care about your 401k. Their job is to make money. That's what their job is. And we are the X liquidity. Now, the beautiful thing is about this is going to flood that trillions of dollars of analog currency into cryptocurrency. And you are going to get very, very wealthy if you do this right. You have to pull profits. Okay. So we know this, this was back in June. I want to show you guys, this is back in June, but I want to show you guys how connected all of this is, right? We know BlackRock files for spot Bitcoin ETF with Coinbase as the crypto custodian. So we got Coinbase, who's becoming the darling of investments. It's an unstoppable crypto giant. We got Warren Buffett, Nubank, was his top performing asset within his portfolio. Okay, we got ETH likely to have an ETF. We know it's going to have an ETF. We had BlackRock to pick Coinbase for its crypto custodian. We know that the ETF got approved. And if you take a look at this here, if you pull up MicroStrategy Incorporated, which is Michael Saylor, the first person we listened to, we got Capital Investment Ventures, Vanguard, and BlackRock. Morgan Stanley are the top 4 investors or shareholders in MicroStrategies. So we first started with Michael Saylor and MicroStrategies, the largest Bitcoin holder who is trying to get up all the supply. We got Warren Buffett. His top performing asset was a crypto company called Nubank. We got Coinbase, the unstoppable crypto giant that is crushing everybody. We got BlackRock to file for a Bitcoin ETF that got approved, and they use Coinbase as their custody. And if you look at MicroStrategies, the top holders are Vanguard and BlackRock. Guys, it's right there in front of our faces. But the news continues to make us think that it's this crazy speculative, which it is. It is speculative. I get that part. Because there's no regulation. But family, regulation is coming, and it's going to come hard. Your money is going to be all digital. It's already digital. They're moving from analog to digital currency. Now, here's what I believe is going to happen, unfortunately, is the banks are going through a transition right now, guys. There's a liquidity crisis in the banks. The American dollar is worthless. The only reason it has value is because the petrodollar has been traded, but BRICS, you have to pay attention. It's not the US dollar is going to collapse tomorrow, even a year from now. There's going to be a slow transition to America not being the dominant superpower financially, okay? Because after we detached from the gold standard in 1971, which made our money fake, they didn't have our gold, so they detached us from the gold standard. Since 1971, our productivity has gone through the roof. The wealth gap has become massive, but the middle class has become more poor. Also, with the printing of money and low interest rates, it's made our money completely worthless. Okay. The thing that was holding it was the petrodollar. But as you saw with Putin's interview, Russia has decreased from 50%, which I'll be going over tomorrow, 50% down to 13% uses of US dollars. They're like, what's your problem, dude? Like there's no problem. They're reducing, and China went up 30%. And I'm going to show you tomorrow how much they're reducing their treasury holdings of US dollars or US treasuries, okay, which is making us lose our dominance. It's making us lose our dominance, family. So this is really important to understand. What they're doing is they're shrinking the balance sheets. They're trying to shrink the balance sheets. Interest rates, he's probably not going to be able to lower interest rates. So that's going to throw us into a recession. So we're in this weird ass balance right now, guys. And the banks have liquidity problems. Liquidity problems. As we go into March, we're going to start to see this thing falter. I've been telling you guys the job markets are going to get rocked. And what they're going to do is they're going to use interest rates to balance out these markets. Before the presidential election, they're going to lower interest rates just to get the, that's how it always works out. You can look at the presidential election cycles for the stock market. When that goes down, our assets are going to go straight up, and then people are going to start to see the system faltering, and people are going to fly to safety, which will be cryptocurrency. That is going to go into Bitcoin. It's going to go straight up after the Bitcoin halving about 90 days. And then it's going to flood. The profits from Bitcoin are going to flood into alternative coins, which is things like XRP, XLM, Ethereum, HBAR, all other coins, right? That's when I will be pulling profits using Merlin, the smartest way to track your crypto. You can click down below and join 30 days for free. We have a customer service team. We have FAQs. We'll teach you how to do an exit plan. It's an interface where you can see the market right now. I can see if it's red across the board. I can see my daily gains and losses. I can make sure I have complete clarity on my portfolio at all times. I can also set up an exit strategy. So if I'm sitting there, at the barbershop and all of a sudden XRP is going to my all-time high of the all-time high of $3.70, I'll exit 10 to 15% of 50%. I'll get an alert so I can go exercise that trade to make sure I pull profits. I'm personally putting my money, max funding my index universal life policies. The why behind that is, number one, at the end of my when I'm supposed to be retiring, it's not a retirement account, but I can access my cash value tax-free. Okay, your 401k, you're being taxed. I'm accessing my capital tax-free, my cash value. Number two is I have access to liquidity. If I need to borrow money, I can actually go there, and probably within 48 hours, I can get some access to my cash value. Number three is I'm getting market-like returns. It's indexed to the markets. I can get anywhere from 6 to 12%. That's pretty sexy. That's some sexy returns right there for some safe money. And then my principal is secure. When your 401k comes collapsing down, my principal stays 100%. And then when we start gaining again, I start going back up, and you take about 4 years to recover from the 401k. Okay. I'm also diversified in business and information technology and attention, a little bit of precious metals, and I'm heading into real estate now. So that's exactly what I have set up for myself and my family. Now, crypto to me is a very, very speculative asset. I've matured in the cryptocurrency space. Until regulation comes in, you have to do the opposite of the 99%. When everybody's flooding in, you should be pulling profits. When everybody's panicking, that's when I buy. Very simple. It's a wave of energy, right? A wave of energy. Wall Street's going to win 100% of the time. Now that we got the big boys and big girls coming in, we got BlackRock, we got Vanguard, we got all these companies coming in here. We got these ETFs. Guys, we got the largest Fidelity, the largest asset manager in the world, 401k holder in the world. When they start playing, they're going to start pulling big time. Okay. So you'll be the exit liquidity if you don't have a game plan. So hope this information reaches you well. Guys, the system switches here. The crazy thing is you're a small percentage of the population. So congratulations. Make sure you develop financial literacy, financial discipline, learn how to earn, and then learn how to secure. So we love you guys. We appreciate you. As we always say, warriors, rise, get your shit together. Let's go.